Hi, Taurus, and welcome to your April 2022 reading. So this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And let's get started. For those of you who are celebrating Easter, happy Easter. And for those of you who are not, it is still a time for all of us to cleanse, purify, in order to get ready for our own ascension in whatever fashion that will apply to you individually. Okay, let's get started. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Nine of Cups. Oh, how beautiful, right? Celebrations, making speeches, toasts to those who are so near and dear to your heart, right? It is, of course, the holiday season now, but it looks also that you are really going to be very much exposing how you feel to others, and maybe even just for yourself, right? What is it that I want to show the world? How is it that I want to show up, right? I want to show up knowing that I have learned, and now I'm moving forward in my life, right? You're moving forward here at a time where you are really excited about what you've learned, how you've achieved. Maybe a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius that has taught you how to go about, like someone who has been like your right-hand person, who has been there for you, and or the lessons that you've learned from another, or these are just lessons that you have personally learned in your lifetime. As you move forward and as you now go forward, you're excited about now the things that you have learned and been taught. This is going to benefit you for your future. And it is beautiful. It makes you feel not only financially independent and abundant, it makes you feel like now you realize that there are certain steps along the way and lessons, people, places, and things that teach us things that make us better people, right? Someone or you have learned what it takes to be a better man, a better woman, right? And you are now really looking good, feeling great, knowing how to manifest in your life through the lessons that you've learned in your past, okay? And the people that you've met, right? This is who you have become, are becoming, and you're getting also, some of you, of course it doesn't apply to all Taurians, but some of you are really getting downloads from spirit, in the spirit world, right? We look at the hawk here, the hawk being, the red tail hawk also is one who follows you for the rest of the duration of your life here on the earth plane. Okay, so some of you are celebrating a union of business, of work, of ideas, pulling ideas together with another, and manifestation of those ideas makes it very abundant. You're very abundant and comfortable in your life, Taurus. Now, at the bottom of the deck, I have the Three of Swords. So we have to look at where life has thrown us a few, rough, right? The hard knocks of life has now made us understand, right? And it looks like, truly, it looks, Taurus, like if someone has left your life, indeed, it has hurt, but you have learned and you have prospered. I mean, it's really it's very real. That's how I feel. This is very real. The 2 9s in the front, the 2 9s, the cups and the pentacles, means that there was a time, right, where you were dealing with this, right, because you felt so strongly about this, about love in general. It doesn't have to be, it could very well be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? But what's happened is, if you have lost a significant love in your life, if there has been a loss, you have now learned the value of your own worth in that way, in that lesson, in those lessons. These are many lessons that one learns during a course of a season. I feel like I had to say that. This was a season of learning that you are worthy of a very stable relationship. You are worthy of how you feel. So that has taken you, this whatever this 3 of Swords has, how this has happened or how it has unfolded, it has taken you to a new level of your own, the love of your own self, right? And that's what happens to us when we realize that, you know, we're better than what we thought. We're going to deal with the hard knocks and we're going to move on, right? Okay, let's get, now I'm using these, this is the Tarot Royale deck, okay? The Gilded Tarot Royale. And this is the Light Seers deck. So let's just get some feedback from Spirit as to, I mean, you look like you totally have yourself back together again after this letting go of what wasn't serving you and making you feel, I mean, I honestly feel that someone who, if someone has walked away, Taurus, from you in your life, it taught you valuable lessons, and you know, it has brought you back to yourself again, right? It's brought you back to a time where you're like, wow, now I feel like I don't have to prove myself anymore. 8 of Pentacles, right? I don't have to prove who I am. Look at me. People are watching you. Look at, you're center stage. And it's not just here, it's here too. Okay? So you're focused. You're very focused on what it is you're doing for yourself and for others. I'm feeling with this card as well, I'm feeling that you're learning a lot about your own self. You're reading, you're examining, I heard. You're learning, some of you are learning about what makes you thrive, right? What is the passion, the flame? The flame is the passion and the light, right? What makes you thrive, Taurus? What makes you say, okay, I'm just ready, and this is very important, under all of the elements of the moon, the phases of the moon, I thrive no matter what. And that's what you have learned through this time of, right, heartache, 4 of Cups. I can thrive. I am, once again, this person. I feel like I'm back on track. I feel like I'm back to who I want and always have been. But I feel that there was a time where you lost yourself in the shuffle of others and how they see you. And I think that's where, look at Nine of Cups came out. Oh my gosh, twice. Nine of Cups twice. So your true happiness lies in knowing where you've been and where you're headed. This is very general, of course, but it is a really good message because it breeds self-love. And that's where you're coming back from. You're coming back from a place of where you're coming from, where you're headed is exactly what you've learned, what you've attained, what you've achieved, what you've lost during and when you were in it. Like when you were in the relationship, when you were in anything that you were manifesting with others, it became, you put yourself in the backdrop and not in front and center. Do you see what I mean? And now you realize that you can't be putting yourself secondary. You have to place yourself in the limelight of the first, of the only thing that matters. The only thing that matters is you. And that is the lesson, one of the many lessons that you've learned after, right? Some things haven't panned out. Some of you also learned, that's kind of bizarre, also learned that drinking away your problems doesn't help you, but celebrating through having a social drink has actually changed the way that you perceive yourself, right? It's 2 Nine of Cups. So in order to make your life the way that you see it, the freedom that it is and has been given to each and every one of us, it's all in the process of this. It's all in the process of this to become that. It's about this to become that. Okay? The bottom of the deck here is the Ace of Wands. Is that not beautiful? What you create, what you're imagining about how beautiful your creation is about exactly going back to the drawing board and knowing what at one point you lost yourself, your identity, right? Through hardship and through pain. And now you're back. You're back. And you're following your intuition. Some of you are actually opening your third eye and really focusing in and honing in on what it is that, and you're only going to deal with, because look at what she's got. She's got the flame, and here's the flame. So you're honing in on your third eye capabilities, your passion, your intuition from here on in. When you feel it, you'll know it. When it's right, you feel it and you know it. It's no longer a question of, will this hurt me? You're forging ahead now with your own self-worth, value, love of self, and going back to what matters most after what you've left. Now what matters most, Taurus, is you. What hasn't worked, where you lost your identity in another, right? In another, or in, right, in the drink. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. It comes from a movie. right? So you realize that in order to celebrate you, to find your freedom, and to gain the most important, truly crucial part of manifesting, the manifestation of your own self, is yourself, your passions, your commitment to yourself. This is all that what it's about for you, Taurus, in the month of April. You are committing to getting back a sense of stability, a sense of love for yourself, and whoever's with you, that's great. And those people that are no longer, right, with you, that gave you the strength and the fortitude to just go forward even stronger and even better than before. It's really, I know it sounds really, how should I put it? It sounds very common, but it's really hard to do. It's really hard to gain back your own self after, after this, right? It's hard to put the pieces back together. And that's what you're doing. You're putting yourself back together again, right? And you're celebrating you. So let me explain another thing Spirit wants you to know. This part of your, right, drowning your sorrows through alcohol has become the freedom, the lessons, one of many that we've talked about here, one of many lessons of the pain and the heartache, right? Of the pain and the heartache is about giving it up and allowing yourself to see how much worth and worthy that you are, that you value yourself, right? And that gives you that freedom. That's when you fly. And then, oh my gosh, your third eye just is literally lit. And that's where the magic happens. Okay? It's beautiful. This is really beautiful for the month of April, Taurus. I send you so much love and have a great month. And I am here available for all of you. So just reach out. Okay, have a great month.